Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're jumping down into the world of XRP, taking a look at what's been going on most recently, what's going to happen next in my opinion, and all that good stuff. As we get into it, hit the like button if you do enjoy the content, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you haven't joined us in Discord, link is in the description below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, so why not check it out? Okay, let's get started with some XRP analysis. We're here paired up with USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is our data source. Now we can obviously see that there's a bit of a pump and dump. This is not the first time something like this would have happened in a space for XRP. It actually happens a little bit too frequently. That being said, you know, we're not going to the moon just yet, but I do think there is going to be a moonshot at some point in the near future for XRP. In fact, I do think the price is getting coiled up, ready for a bit of a push to the upside. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of bullish sentiment out there that indicating that the market is getting ready for a big surge upwards, and you know the bottom is in, and all that kind of usual good stuff. Now, in the case of XRP, we've got very choppy corrective structures, but we are looking for the fifth wave to come and take us down a little bit lower on our macro scale towards 23 and 26 cent. Now, this initial breakdown that we've seen here is a three-wave structure. Because of this pump and dump, it did invalidate any potential five-wave structural moves to the downside. So this is now considered a three-wave drop here, and you know we should basically consider a little bit of a pullback just on our hourly chart, nothing too much, and then we should look for another three waves to the upside. It could be that we're ending with a diagonal-based structure here, where everything would be comprised of three waves. So we'll be looking for something that might look like a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 structure, which is in fact a five-wave structure based each one with three waves inside it. So this particular pattern, we could look at it like this. So here's our first 1, 2, and 3, for example. I don't think that's actually finished yet. And then we'll move up into another three waves, not crossing higher than the origin of 40.99. Okay, then we're looking for another three-wave drop down. Okay, where we do probably want to drop down lower than our low point on this side. And then we look for an additional three-wave structure move upwards, which will overlap anything that's going on here with the first three waves. And then we finish that off with another final three waves coming down. Now, obviously, we don't know exactly where this is going to go, but we can speculate this is going to be somewhere in this kind of range between 26 and 23 cent. But, you know, until we actually start mapping out some of these waves, it's going to be quite difficult to exactly see what's going on. But let's drill down into this hourly, okay, because we can see exactly what's going to happen here within my opinion. So we're getting ourselves coiled up in a continuation pattern, and I know a lot of bulls will be looking at this thinking this is already bullish, but it's not. Unfortunately, within its structure, it's not bullish yet. We are getting very close to it though, so dollar cost averaging around here maybe isn't as bad idea. I think there's limited room to the downside. Now we can acknowledge that this looks like a five-wave structural move to the downside here, so we might be looking for an additional five-wave drop just to complete a zigzag. This will basically just be a 1, 2, kind of 3 kind of wave structure. Now, we don't really have to do too much with that C wave, and I don't think we've got that much momentum. We've only got a little bit left on our hourly chart. The 4 hours showing that we are looking for upward moves. The 8 hours showing that we want to go up. The daily is looking like we could come down a tad and then go up as well. Obviously, our weekly is going to be reserved for bigger pullbacks at a later stage, so we're not going to worry about that too much right now. But ultimately, what I'm thinking here is we're going to pull back ever so slightly and just kind of finish off this ABC structure. Once done, we'll then start to move on up. Now, we have no targets for that under this current structure that we're in, so we have to kind of map out what's going to happen. For the most part, I'd see a lot of cryptocurrencies having pretty significant runs. I would expect XRP to do something similar, maybe 15, maybe even 20% or so, something to that effect. So I think there's going to be a good swing to the upside here for XRP. I just think we have to move down ever so slightly first before we can take advantage of that. Once we, of course, moved up there, do expect us reversing down. There is nothing here to indicate that we are long-term bullish on XRP at this particular point in time. Our macro still stands, and our macro is very much to the downside. We cannot ignore that. It is as the data says. So the data is suggesting that we have to come down into new lower lows than the ones that we've already had here. There's no reason to think otherwise within this structure. Invalidation is set up there at 54.89 cent. So unless this price really wants to rally up over over 65% in the next little while before the next kind of major catalyst to the downside, I cannot see us invalidating the need to come down into our lower ranges. This is as per the data and as per the rules of Elliott wave theory. But if you're not familiar with those, do join us in Discord. We have a PDF that's completely free, where basically it goes through all the rules. It's 181 pages. It's a little bit complicated, but if you can remember the rules and you can apply them, I think you're going to be okay, and you'll be able to understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about in these videos. Essentially here, we are not trending up, we are trending down. The trend to the downside has not been broken, and therefore we have to sustain our direction, which unfortunately is to the downside, or fortunately if you're looking for a good accumulation zones between 23 and 26 cent. Essentially here, do expect some volatile movements over the next week or so. We are looking for a move upwards. Let's not get that mistaken. I am of course talking about some moves to the downside that are slightly longer term than the moves to the upside. We're going to be looking to go up before we can come on down, and then from there really we'll be assessing whether or not this is actually the bottom down here at 23 to 26 cent for XRP. So guys, I'm going to leave this video right there. If you found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another video or update. And remember, join us down in Discord. We cover a lot more in the Discord server than we do here on YouTube. Well worth it. Check it out. It's completely free in the description down below. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.